Hello, everyone. You're watching TVC News at 1. We'll begin this hour with the latest from Rivers State, where about 48 hours after the defection of 27 lawmakers to the All Progressives Congress, it seems that the last is yet to be seen as the House of Assembly complex is under demolition. The state government says the demolition was necessitated by the structural defects from the 29 October explosion and the fire incident that rendered the main building unfit for human use. Commissioner for Information and Communications, Joseph Johnson, says experts advised the government to discontinue the use of the building after assessment of the integrity of the complex. In the new twist, Edison Ehie has declared the seat of 27 lawmakers vacant. This follows their defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. The declaration of vacancy in the Assembly was made as Governor Siminalayi Fubara presented the 2024 budget before four lawmakers loyal to him at another venue since the Assembly complex is being demolished. The governor's appropriation bill tacked the budget of renewed hope, consolidation, and continuity was presented before four members of the 32 lawmakers that make the Rivers State Assembly. Now let's take you back to events of the last 48 hours in Rivers State. On Monday, 27 of the 32 lawmakers defected from the PDP to the APC. The lawmakers said they left the People's Democratic Party because of the crisis that has continued to define the lack of cohesion. Also on Monday, the People's Democratic Party asked INEC to invoke Section 109, subsection 1G of the 1999 Constitution as amended and declare their seats vacant. On Tuesday, some Ogoni youths had a solidarity march to the government house in support of Governor Fubara, asking him to avoid being distracted by the ongoing political crisis. In another development, Port Harcourt High Court issued an interim order confirming Edison Ehie as the authentic Speaker of the State Assembly. Honorable Ehie is one of the four lawmakers in the camp of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, and he was earlier suspended as House Leader after the fire outbreak in the complex. The All Progressives Congress, however, responded that it will not comply with the court order, affirming Ehie as Speaker of the State Assembly, describing it as a procured court order. Now, Wednesday morning, the State Assembly complex is being demolished, and the governor presented his budget lawmakers loyal to him at another venue. Things are happening so fast in Rivers, if you blink, you'll miss it. Let's talk to a legal practitioner to help us understand precisely what's happening here. I'm joined by Evan Zufeli. Thank you for joining us on the news this hour. How do you interpret the state government's action, a sudden demolition of the State House of Assembly complex this morning?
Well, I think it is not unconnected to report also. Here is the backthrough of supremacy by two sons of River State. One, the previous governor, and the other, the substantive governor. It is this issue of godfatherism that is the root of the dispute between both parties. And all attempts to resolve this dispute amicably have fell on deaf ears. Four lawmakers left with the PDP. 27 others defected to the APC. Is a recipe for crisis because the PDP have gone further to say that their seats are hereby declared vacant, flowing from Section 109, subsection 1G of the 1999 Constitution. It's extensively canvassed that when you defect from a political party to the political party that sponsored you to that position, you move to another political party, the seat will be declared vacant. So long as the party is still functional as a normal condition. But the exception is that where there's faction division or a merger, but that the parties under reference could not reasonably be seen to remain in the political party. Those who defected have said that they did so because the party was not organized. There was division, there was faction and cohesion and all that, lack of cohesion and all that. But when you look at the political party, the PDP, though they have challenges, but all the conditions spelled out by the Constitution, are these conditions met? Is it true that there's faction? Is it true that there's division? Is it true that there is a likelihood of merger to have a warrant 27 of them to defect? That is the question that will be left to the court to determine.
Well, allow the court answer that, but let me take you back to the interim order that the High Court in Rivers gave yesterday. The first one on the list talks about restraining the parties involved from using thugs in collaboration with the police to access the State House of Assembly. But part of it says, contrary to the order of the executive governor, relocating the seating of the first claimant to a secure and more conducive venue to ensure that the activities and meetings of the House are not disrupted during the period of the renovation. Does it sound like the interim order procured by the 4 members doesn't allow them to meet outside the complex that has just been demolished?
Well, it's not like it doesn't allow them. They can actually do that, okay? But that the interim order is of the view that they should not be used by the 27 members is what calls for actions and counter actions. Okay. The action of the state government, the court did not say they should demolish. Okay, the court said they should put it in order to renovate or to bring it back to a position that will be befitting to all and sundry.
All right.
But what we see now is that the court is taking, the state government is taking an action to prevent them from continuing to use that place. And that is what I see about it.
Mr. Ofeli, what about the presentation of the 2024 budget that has now been made to the 4-member House of Assembly? Talk to us about the legality of 4 members of the House sitting over this document and having it passed. That action may not be completely valid. The reason I say so is because the action is incorrect. The action for defection. After defection, what did the law say? If you look at that section 109, subsection 2, it says that the Speaker of the House shall give effect. Before these seats are declared vacant, the Speaker of the House, his input is required. And here are we in a quandary. The Speaker is part of those who have defected. So the defection activity and the declaration of the seat vacant is not the preserve of the PDP. It is not them that should declare the seat vacant. If you look at section 109, subsection 2, the Speaker himself needs to give effect to the declaration of the vacancy of the seat of the president under reference. And there is a constitutional crisis here because in this case, the Speaker is one of those who defected. But Honorable Ehie is now claiming to be the Speaker, and it appears he has the backing of that interim order, doesn't he?
Well, he's claiming to be the Speaker now that there is a defection of that member of the PDP to the different side and the APC to a different side. But the truth is that the proceeding under which he became Speaker is that proceeding known to the public and known to law.
All right.
When was he elected? When was he elected a Speaker? Okay. After the defection of 27 members. When did that happen? That activity is important.
All right.
Okay. We don't have record of that activity. And when the proceedings of the day under which he made as the Speaker, that is not also before the public.
Very interesting development from Rivers. You agree that each update leaves us with more questions than answers. But that's our time. Evans Ofeli, legal practitioner, thank you for talking to us on the news this hour.